Alright, hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It is currently 1 p.m. and I have no video for this week, so we're just gonna get ready real quick, even though I have nowhere to get ready for, as I have literally just walked through the door. I've been spending the entire morning with my mum. We went out for breakfast and to look for a gift for her friend, and I've only just literally walked through the door and I have 1 hour until the F1 starts. Not much time to edit or film. I had a video planned for this week which was going to be a book related one or a reading one. Not to be honest, I forgot to film half of the week. So I filmed Monday to Wednesday, and then I got very distracted on Thursday and Friday, and even yesterday, that I ended up scrapping the video and then realising that I had nothing to post on Friday, and then also having nothing to post today. So we are here and we're gonna try real quick to get ready, because why not? So I think I have no plan of what I'm gonna do today, like makeup wise. I think it will be interesting to kind of show you guys like how I incorporate my different challenges, I guess, because obviously I have several going on at one time. Real quick, but you can see it looks a complete mess, but you can kind of see that we do have different piles, and those different piles all relate to different projects. And basically when I wear my makeup, I pick the top of that pile and then use that, and then when I've used that, that goes to the bottom of the pile, and then the next time I wear makeup, I'll use the next one that's on top. Foundation today, this is not in a project currently, but I can't always wear project foundations because I do have a large foundation collection. I'll say large, I think I've got about 10 different foundations. I've got like 10 different foundations, and honestly, I like to try and use them all. I'm also trying not to ruin my hair, which is, to be honest, already ruined. Half of the curls have fallen out because I had it in a ponytail when I was out and about just now, and that always messes up my hair. So it was much better this morning. If I actually filmed this morning, this would have been much better, but we are a little bit delayed. I woke up this morning at like 8:30 thinking, oh great, I'm gonna have like a really chill morning, get a video filmed, edit, post it super early. My mum picked me up, I think at like 10 o'clock-ish. Thought we'd be out for maybe an hour, and then I would still be able to come home. Then we spent such a long time because the shops didn't open until like 10:30 or 11 a.m. Then we spent a little while trying to find somewhere to eat because we hadn't had breakfast, and one place we wanted to go to did not exist anymore. One place we wanted to go to was not open in general. We couldn't get into the building. And then the other place was just busy. So we didn't leave until 12:30ish from that shop. Then Mum wanted to go to another shop to buy some things. And then we had to go to another shop to do something else. So it all adds up, and so it just took a little while, longer than I had hoped. We're going to do my concealer next. I'm also, yeah, you can see my iPad right now. I'm also at the moment updating my spreadsheet as I go along. This is my concealer. Look at that. Still using it. I'm just using this brush because I mentioned in my last Project 50 update I wasn't too sure how I was going to use this, and I'm just trying my best. It's not the best, like I feel like the coverage is not as good, but this is the only pen brush that I have that's kind of like fits the bill. But what can I do? Let's just also blend it out using my blender. Yeah, I don't know, I'm still in two minds about whether I'm going to actually declutter this now that we're now below the thingy, but I think I'm just going to try and use it for a little while, because obviously stuff is still coming out, so there must be still a lot in here. But I don't know, I'm beginning to get like a dent. You can even see it. I'm beginning to get a dent in the middle, which is quite fun. So yeah, still cracking on using that. Oh my god, this is also hurting me. I don't want to like ruin it, but yeah, this happened, and that saddens me. I need to sit down and repress this to make it so it's all one thing again, because I wanted to take this with me when I go to Bulgaria in a few weeks, but I don't think it's going to be possible when it's cracked like this. This is the bronzer I'm using for today. This is very, very old. Not a favourite of mine, but it's fine. I feel like it's just like, it doesn't really do much. It's also really old. I feel like, I remember when I tried to pan this and it just took forever. Two blushes, I always use two blushes. One blush is always the Revolution blush, which is part of my Project 50, and then the other blush is in a rotation. So this blush that I'm wearing today is the one that's in my pan and everything. Just rolled in February. I should have definitely had this in my last update. I'm sure I would have done. But yeah, this is what I'm currently using, looking like this. So we do have like some actual progress showing through now. It's a little bit too dark for me, I would say. Also, this lighting is not the one. I'm also realizing I'm looking at the screen more than you. I apologize, but I'm using it as a mirror. But yeah, this is a little bit too, I would say, dark for me personally, but it is rolled in, so I'm just using it. And then this is the blush I'm using in my Project 50. I love how much we're getting through this as well. This is definitely close to repress time as well, for sure. I think that's definitely going to be something I'm going to be doing in the next like month or two. But at the moment, it's still picking up the product. It's still picking up the product. So I'm just still using it as normal because it's still coming through. So yeah, that's, I feel like it always looks harsher on camera than it does in person. It doesn't look as bad in person. I also find that my blush and bronzer throughout the day seems to wear off. So the more I put on, the better it stays. Okay, that's the main face area done. So next we're going to do eyebrows. This pencil, man, I don't know how. It's kind of crazy how I've been using this one pencil for like 2 years. Still not finished. We're at 16 minutes already, guys. This is not a fast-paced look at all, is it? To be honest, it can take me like over an hour to do a makeup, so actually maybe this is quite fast. I am trying to go as fast as possible. Eyebrows are sisters or cousins, not twins. They never look the best. Okay, whilst we're here, I'm going to use some lip salve. And I'm going to use this today. Ooh, nice. Spoiler alert, I have just used it the 20th time in my project pan. So this is technically now officially rolled out. Happy days. I always have like really, really dry lips. No matter how much product I use on my lips, they're always very, very dry. Okay, next we're going to use my Pan That Palette eyeshadow. And I use my Pan That Palette eyeshadows as like a base, and I mix like 3 shades in one. So this is the palette choice. So today we are going to be using Gala up here. We're going to use Stunner, which is the focus shade at the moment. And we're going to use, I think, yeah, Epic, which is this dark shade here. So we're going to mix them all together. It's quite a dark base colour, but that's okay. That happens. I don't like to make it super thick because I don't like to have like gothic eyes. Doesn't matter either if it's a little bit too messy, because this often gets covered up by a different eyeshadow anyway. So yeah, it looks a little bit messy, but that's okay. Okay. And then next we're going to use my eyeshadow from my project pan. This is still nowhere near finished. This is, yeah, so next we're going to use the eyeshadows in my project pan. Yeah, so this is the one that's currently at the top of the pile, and I'm going to use this in the inner corner. I think, yeah, I'll do it like this. In the inner corner, in a half, I guess, technically, as it does cover half my eyes. I do have very small eyes. I feel like I don't really have very much eye space. I've got like a very small head, I guess. I'm going to use this Naked 2 palette. This is in my Deca Panning, I believe. Yeah, this is it in my Deca Panning project. I'm going to use this one on like the outer corner this time out. So we are using Half Baked in this eyeshadow palette, which we are not anywhere near hitting pan on yet, but getting there. I'm just going to pat it on here on the outer corner. Again, I'm not too fussed about it being relatively messy because I know what eyeshadows I have coming up that can help me out. All I care about at the moment is that it's kind of blending out in the center. So it's kind of like pat it in the center and like make it as blended out as possible. I feel like I went a little bit over, so I'm just going to copy that. I feel like I just went a little bit over on this eye, so I'm copying that over onto this eye. The lighting is not really showing you much, but that's what it's looking like currently. Then we have this palette. So this is why I said I don't really mind that I'm not like completely blending out at the top, because this is what we're blending out at the top. This eyeshadow is in my 25 and 25. And so I can just use this at the top here to blend out, and it works as a dream. So now it's not looking as bad. Then I have 3 more eyeshadow palettes or things to go through. Yeah, those are the 3 main piles, and then I have this extra pile, which is a little bit different. So the first on that pile was Panda palette. The second item on that pile changes every single time I wear makeup, and that is the list that's in my spreadsheet. I can't go down between them every single time. So this time around we're working on my Lower Rock palette, and then next time I will then go to the next eyeshadow palette, which is actually like an Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. That'll be what I replace this with at the end when I finish this video and set up my makeup for the next time around and sort out my piles, because I've not really sorted them out whilst I'm doing this. I will then put this back in my drawer and replace this with my Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. So yeah, it's a little bit confusing. It works in my brain, and that's all that matters. So for this one, we are going to use under my eyes. So let me find my brush that I use this with, and I'm just going to use several. I'm going to go under the eyes. Oh, I did just pick black. Okay, I definitely went too low with that. And now I look like I've got black eyes, but I feel like it won't be as bad once I've completed my look. Then we're going to use this eyeshadow. We're going to go over what I've just done on the bottom with this eyeshadow. This is in my pan and everything. This is a burberry eyeshadow as well, I should mention. Just realised I'm using all of my items from my pan and everything today. That's a rarity. Okay, we're going to go over what I just did and try and like soften it a little bit, I guess. Yeah, okay, that doesn't, to me, okay, this lighting is not the one. See, I think it looks a lot better now, but this angle is not giving. Angles are everything, but because of the shadows, it's looking worse than it is. But you can see, as soon as I bring you guys over here, we're looking much better in the normal daylight. I'm gonna use this. This is in my, what is this project called? Using in every eyeshadow challenge. Yeah, it's the one that I do one update every single year for. Where I have a randomized number between 1 and 10. And I use that eyeshadow, and I go through every single eyeshadow in my collection, and I've been doing this since 2021, I think. And it doesn't only just show how much eyeshadow I own, but also how slow it takes. I'm nowhere near halfway through that project. So there's that fun. I think that's all for the eyeshadows. There's one thing I want to do today, but because I put like that dark black under my eyes, it's throwing me off a little bit. So I think I might actually do eyeliner today. So I'm gonna, on a rare occasion, I do this when I feel like it makes sense, but I'm really not someone who wears eyeliner very often, which you can tell in my Project 50, because, girl, we are slow with this. Also, I may be out of shot for this because I need to use my mirror. So I'll be back. Oh, let's wipe that away. Now let's do mascara. Okay. Okay, highlighter. Before I forget, I always forget to use highlighter. So we're going to use this today. This is in my pan and everything, and we're using this shade today. I kind of use this sparingly because I don't want to look like a highlighter. Again, with this angle, we are not looking the best. And then finally, lips. We got lips to do. So, what lips should we do today? That is a good question. Okay, we're gonna use this today. This is our Urban Decay shade Unicorn. And there we go. This angle really does not show it to its full potential. So here we go. Thing looks way better looking in this direction. I couldn't find my tripod, so I was leaning you guys against this. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and it was interesting for you guys to see how I use my different projects. But yeah, this is why the desk behind me is always a mess. So there we go. I will see you guys in my next video. Hopefully tomorrow, hopefully next week I will have 2 uploads. Hoping. But I will see you guys then. Bye guys. Oh, it's weird doing that on my phone. Bye guys. Much better, much better.